Hello, everyone, and
Hello.
welcome to the Threatened Ganglia vodcast. This is a special episode because, as everyone realizes by now, there was no new episode of Star Trek Discovery this week. I am Adam, and that's my lovely wife, Christina, over there. And this week, we're going to talk to you about the novel Desperate Hours by, who's the author?
David Mack.
Ooh, look at it come into frame there. Very good, very good. Hopefully we're just going to give you a little bit of a teaser about the book right now. A little bit of an intro. You all right there?
Yeah, I'm just...
Okay, just holding it up there?
I'm vanning the book.
Oh, nice. And so hopefully we're going to entice you to pick it up and join us later on in the hiatus to... we're going to have another episode some point later that'll be a full summary and recap of the whole novel, the plot. And then we should probably have one more episode where we do deep dives into various parts of the book that we really liked and discuss it. If you are planning on picking up the book and following along, do us a favor and down the doobly-doo, the little part with the links down below, there's a link to our page on our site about this that can get you to Amazon to buy it. Doesn't cost you anything extra, and we get a few cents, literally a few cents. And no, it doesn't cost you anything extra. So, on that, I'm going to kind of throw it to my lovely wife, Christina, because I am way too lazy to read books anymore. It's actually just time consuming, and I only have so much time in the day, and she loves reading. So she got to throw this whole book down into her brain recently.
For some reason, I got an image of like Monty Python where like my whole face was like hinged here, and the head just went, and then the book was like,
nice.
Just for my image. All right. So if like me, when you were going to try and pick out a new book, the first thing you do is you pick it up. And if it's a paperback, you flip it over and you read the back page blurb. If it's a hard book, you open it up and read one of the inside flaps. I'm just going to read the back page blurb, and that'll kind of give you that introductory like power moment for the book. Again, it is called... First, I'll throw it on the table. It's called Star Trek Discovery Desperate Hours. Aboard the starship Shenzhou... I should have practiced talking before we got on live. Aboard the starship Shenzhou, Lieutenant Michael Burnham, a human woman raised and educated among Vulcans, is promoted to acting first officer. But if she wants to keep the job, she must prove to Captain Philippa Georgiou that she deserves to have it. She gets her chance when the Shenzhou must protect a Federation colony that is under attack by an ancient alien vessel that has surfaced from the deepest fathoms of the planet's dark, uncharted sea. As the menace from this mysterious vessel grows stronger, Starfleet declares the colony expendable in the name of halting the threat. To save thousands of innocent lives, Burnham must infiltrate the alien ship, but to do so, she needs to face the truth of her troubled past and seek the aid of a man she has tried to avoid her entire life. Until now.
Who could that be?
Spoilers, it's Spock. It's not really a spoiler. It starts off pretty setting up that pretty well known that you're going to be meeting him. The book is set in May of 2255, and it's about a year before the Shenzhou's mission to the binary stars, which kicks off the show that we now have come to love, and a year after Enterprise's first mission to Talos 4, when they were under the command of Captain Christopher Pike. Now, a couple more blurbs about the author. David Mack got his start in, they break into the Star Trek universe with a couple of Deep Space Nine episodes, including Starship Down, which was in season 4, and It's Only a Paper Moon in season 7. Do you remember those episodes off the top of your head?
Not by title, no.
Yeah. I am not as well versed in Deep Space Nine. That is more Adam's purview.
But title...
Yeah, there are only some titles, like Star Trek Next Generation, I probably could tell you more, like, based on title, but even some of those episodes, it's just like, yeah, the episode with, like, I couldn't tell you what the episode with Darmok and Jalad is called. Is it called Darmok and Jalad?
I think it's just called Darmok.
Darmok, actually, that's right. So, see, I did know that one.
Uh-huh. Everyone knows that one.
Yeah, I know. Some of his other works include a Star Fleet Survival Guide, a Star Trek Deep Space Nine post-finale novel called Warpath, and I had heard of that novel before. A Mirror Universe short novel called The Sorrows of Empire.
What kind of universe?
A Mirror Universe
What?
short novel. What? And then a multi-series crossover trilogy called Star Trek Destiny, and I think he had some large amount of success with that trilogy. So much so that after reading this book, I might go back and get them and read them and see what those are about. Multi-series crossovers. Yeah, kind of like that idea.
It's Only a Paper Moon, one of the Deep Space Nine episodes he did, was the deep introspection into Nog when he lost his leg. Spoilers. In the
Nog
war.
lost his leg?
You don't?
No, I'm telling you, man.
Oops.
I did not watch Deep Space Nine as studiously as I watched The Next Generation. And that, I mean, I'm sure I had heard that before. I'm very good at also forgetting details sometimes and just being, rediscovering things with just as much, emotion as I would have the first time.
Yeah, Nog went on to join up with Starfleet, and
I did remember that.
But it didn't go well at one point. But of course.
But it's the 24th century, so I'm sure that didn't stop him, right?
Maybe. I'm not saying nothing else, so we can watch. So we can watch this and enjoy.
Yeah,
it
we
together.
gotta watch a lot. So this author has been very busy in the Star Trek universe. This book read one mission, so I felt like an easy read. It's got 300 something pages to it. And
it looks pretty hefty.
360. Yeah, I mean, it's not a thin paperback book. I mean, the typeset is decent.
Are there lots of pictures?
No, there are no pictures. But it was an easy read. Like, I would say that on a plane ride, like a 2-hour plane ride, I probably finished the final third of the book. And it was just very very self-contained into what you would see, I think, on one episode, maybe a two-parter.
Okay.
So like I said in the book, the characters include the Shenzhou crew that we have come to know and love. Captain Philippa Georgiou, Michael Burnham, and Saru.
Oh, do they go into more detail about the one crew member that had the
Arium?
No, Irium's the one.
Metal. She's the metal one. You're talking about the one with the helmet?
Yeah, the helmet.
Those helmets are actually like a tactical helmet. So the crew member inside it doesn't, I think, live in that helmet. I think that's just what they use.
Oh, really? It's not like some kind of cool, weird, Daft Punk
no.
life form?
I don't think so. I'll double check, but I feel like I remember
it's like
one
a
of
VR headset.
In one of the fights, whatever officer who was at tactical, that was actually what he was doing. He uses that headset like that. But the three main, we do meet a couple of the other bridge crew people, and we hear people, characters like Detmer, who's the
redhead that has
because she gets injured
implant
at the Battle of Binary Stars and ends up with that metal implant stuff. She's their navigator, and she is on Discovery as well.
Cool.
But the main three who we see from the Shenzhou crew are Philippa Georgiou, Burnham, and Saru. And Saru, your man, your guy. You see, that's farther down. And then, because they mention that this is a year after Enterprise's mission to Talos 4, Enterprise is in this as well. And we see Captain Pike, his first officer, Commander Una, and his science officer, probably a little-known character, another Vulcan named Spock.
You already let that cat out of the bag, though.
Which I think, which is probably one of the biggest exciting points of this book, is to see Burnham and Spock interact. If that's something that you immediately thought as you were starting to watch Discovery, and you were like, why haven't we even heard anyone mention Spock? And the only time you heard it mentioned was when Sarek had to choose between his...
Yeah, I think that they're doing a good job of not, sucking Spock in too much to be too obvious with the...
Yes, which is probably one of the reasons they commissioned this book, or maybe he pitched it, but it does a fantastic job of having them interact and then maybe like resolve some issues. So you really get to see that, which is fantastic. You also get to see Saru and Michael interact, and you see more of their sibling type relationship.
Okay.
So that I think is one of the biggest reasons a fan of the show and a fan of Star Trek in general would want to see that. It's got some more insight into Spock, and then also this, no one knew before how he had this basically like half sister live-in.
But they did clearly establish that they're willing to pull siblings for Spock out of nowhere.
Yeah, you're true.
So
it's not the first sibling they've pulled out of nowhere for him.
Since I brought him up now, is there any mention of Sybok?
No.
In this book?
I
No.
have.
All right. Now, one more question.
Sure.
Is there anything that will destroy my goofball theory that somehow Michael Burnham in the future gets turned into Sybok?
What? This is such a goofball theory. I haven't even heard it before.
No, yeah.
And I thought at the last episode that we recorded, we heard all the goofball theories.
No, this one's just a fun one that, Michael Burnham is a sibling of Spock, another sibling that we had never heard of. So how many of those could there be?
So she was a ward of Sarek. I mean, she was
it's
like a foster sibling.
Well, but maybe she was adopted, and once you're adopted, then you're a sibling, right?
True.
Okay. So, and folding in with my other thing, if we believe that, spoilers, so close your ears for a second. If we believe that Volk could get changed into a human, why couldn't a human get changed into a Vulcan?
I think that's probably a little far-fetched.
I know, but basically you've been talking too much this episode, and I had to get a couple words
in
just to be silly.
I see.
But rightfully so.
You want to talk more? You read a book.
All right, she put me in my place. Sorry.
Captain Georgiou, who is a fan favorite and who, of course, we only got to see a limited amount of on the show, is prevalent in the book. She and Pike have a lot of interaction, discussing the things that are going on. As the back page mentions, Starfleet has said, this colony is expendable to stop this giant alien vessel, which they come to call the Juggernaut in the book. And she is very much against that. And the Enterprise had been kind of sent in to carry out those orders. So they're at loggerheads. Yes.
Oh, nice.
And so you get to see more of Captain Pike. You get to see some of his internal struggle because he does not like Starfleet's orders any more than Georgiou does, but he was sent in to do a mission and there to do a job.
Do a job, do the thing, take them down, take them out. All right, very cool.
So sorry, my computer asked me if it wants to update something right in the middle. That's cool. There we go.
Yeah,
I said no, and it was like, maybe you do. All right. So upcoming shows.
Oh, yeah. So I did cover that a little bit.
On our upcoming shows.
Yeah, our upcoming shows. So today was just a little short thing to try and talk about our project that we're going to have for during the hiatus, because if we spend all our time merely thinking about more theories, I'll come up with more weird stuff like Burnham is.
I don't know if we can come up with more. Please save me from the theories.
Hey, come on. It could happen.
Buy the book. Engage us with conversation. Don't make me listen to more theories.
But so we'll at least have 2 more episodes. One more where we just go through the plot and the story, and then another one where we might do a couple deep dives into specific ends of things. And please remember, if you're thinking about picking up the book on Amazon, click the link down below, and you can get to it there. Nice size book, not one of those teeny tiny paperback books that'll slip through out of your hand.
No, it's a nice handful.
And it's got a nice picture of Burnham there on the front, and a phaser. That sounds ominous. If they're putting the gun right on the cover, she's going to use it at some point. Anyway. All right. Well, that just about covers it for today. Thank you, anyone, for watching. And this will be back up. We have to do these live streams for some reason at a lower quality now, so I'm gonna throw this up at a better recording rate, and I might put in a little bit of stuff in the background. So we will see. We and also check out Twitter for when we are planning to do the next episodes, because it's kind of nebulous yet. Corpulent Geek and also Sci-Fi Christina. All right, thank you, and we will see you next time.